stop scrolling. What if I told you that your brain is literally wired to love Karna more than Arjuna? That every rejection, every humiliation he faced triggers the exact same neural pathways as physical pain in your brain. Today on Neuro Explorer, we are uncovering the neuroscience behind why millions cry for Karna, backed by real research and ancient scriptures. So let's dive in. Welcome to Neuro Explorer, where ancient epics meet cutting-edge brain science. For today, I'm here to decode why legendary characters like Karna activate our deepest emotions and neural circuits. If you love understanding the psychology behind mythology, hit that subscribe button because today's journey is going to blow your mind. So first up, let's start from the very beginning, Karna's birth. In the Mahabharata's Adi Parva, chapter 104, we learn that Kunti, after invoking the sun god Surya through divine mantra that was given to her by Rishi Durvasa, gave birth to Karna while she was still unmarried. Now, obviously, fearing the societal shame, she threw her newborn into the river Aswa, where he was found by Adhiratha, a charioteer, and was raised by his wife Radha. The river was the river Ganga, by the way. But wait, here's where your brain gets involved. Modern neuroscience tells us that the stories of abandonment and rejection activate our mirror neuron system, that are basically specialized cells that were discovered by Giacomo Rizzolatti in the 1990s that fire both when we perform an action and when we see someone else experience it. So when we hear about Karna being abandoned, our mirror neurons stimulate that pain, making us feel his rejection as if it were own. Research published in the Social Neuroscience shows that our anterior cingulate cortex, ACC, yes, that right there, the same brain region that processes physical pain lights up when we witness social exclusion. Studies by Onada et al. 2009 found that people watching others being excluded showed the same neural activity as if they themselves were being rejected. This is why Karna's story of abandonment doesn't just make us sad, it literally hurts us neurologically. Sum it up, fast forward to one of the most painful moments in Karna's life, and perhaps the pain that eventually led him to do more sins in the further life. That was Draupadi Swayamvar. Now, while there's scholarly debate about what exactly happened, many versions of the Mahabharata suggest that Karna attempted to participate but was rejected. According to some manuscripts, Draupadi stated, "I'll not marry a suit." Just 6 words that sealed his humiliation in front of many kings and warriors. Here's something crazy, right? Now, your brain actually can't tell a difference between social rejection and a broken bone. Neuroimaging studies using fMRI, that is, exactly, functional magnetic resonance imaging, have proven that the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, DACC, and the anterior insula, regions that are associated with physical pain, are equally activated during social exclusion. Kawamoto et al. 2012 demonstrated that social exclusion triggers expectancy violations in the DAC, meaning our brains actually register social pain as a genuine threat to our survival. So when Karna faced public humiliation, it wasn't just embarrassment, it was neurological trauma. Studies by Master et al. 2009 and Adelson shows that social exclusion creates lasting neural imprints, especially in the DAC and insula, making such experiences unforgettable. This is why we tend to remember Karna's pain decades after reading the Mahabharata, because our brain is encoding it as real visceral experiences. Next up, exactly. I'm sure you might know this effect, right? Now, Karna is the ultimate underdog. Despite being the son of the sun god, the literal demigod, he grew up as a charioteer's son, constantly fighting for respect and recognition that he would have deserved if he had been born as a prince. He faced rejection from teachers, humiliations at public events, and lifelong identity struggles. But here's the kicker. Science proves we are hardwired to love underdogs. Psychological research by Goldsmith and Ventromedial 2005 on the underdog effect found that people overwhelmingly support those at the competitive disadvantage, especially when resources and opportunities are unequal. These experiments have shown that participants actually root for underdogs more strongly, that they root against top dogs, meaning our support is genuine empathy, not just opposition to privilege. Now, why so? Because we see ourselves in them. In 2025 study in the Neuroscience of the underdog effect revealed that underdog narratives activate our social self-relevance networks, that are brain circuits that help us identify with others' struggle. When Karna fights against caste discrimination and social barriers, our brain recognize similar struggles in our own lives, which trigger a powerful empathetic response. Arjuna, on the other hand, had everything. He had divine guidance from Krishna, the best training from Dronacharya. There was never a scenario wherein if he wanted to learn, he would have been stopped from learning anything that he wanted to learn. He had a royal lineage and, most importantly, he had respect. While admirable, his story doesn't actually trigger the same neural empathy networks because it lacks the struggle that makes underdog relatable. Last one now, let's talk about one of the most iconic moments Karna's donation of his divine armor and earring Kavach Kundal to Indra, who was disguised as a Brahmin. In the Mahabharata's Udyog Parva, Indra approached Karna during his morning prayers, knowing he never refused anyone during this sacred time. Despite knowing it would make him vulnerable, Karna cut off his god-given armor and earrings from his own body and gifted them. This act of self-sacrifice, it literally lights up our brain's reward system. Neuroscience research has shown that witnessing acts of extreme generosity activates the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, yes, that one, and the nucleus accumbens, brain regions associated with reward, admiration, and moral elevation. So when we see Karna sacrifice his only protection for the sake of this word, our brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals that make us feel good when we do something altruistic. This is why we don't just respect Karna, right? We love him. His generosity triggers neural reward pathways that make us feel emotionally connected to him.
Throughout the Mahabharata, especially Sabha Parva and Udyoga Parva, Karna wrestles a brutal internal war. Loyalty to Duryodhana versus his own moral compass. In the dice game, he calls Draupadi unchaste, provokes Dushasana to disrobe her. Wrong. He knows it. Yet, he stands by his king. Then comes a shattering moment. Krishna and Kunti reveal his royal birthright. Join your Pandava brothers. Karna refuses, saying,
I know Duryodhana follows unrighteousness. I know Pandavas are destined to win. But I cannot abandon him. He gave me kingdom, respect, identity when the world spat on my face.
This isn't just moral conflict. It's cognitive dissonance, and it's neurologically exhausting. Psychologist Leon Festinger's 1957 theory proved when beliefs, Duryodhana is evil, clash with actions, loyal service, we feel psychological agony. Famous experiment, $1 versus $20 to lie. The $1 group changed their beliefs to match actions just to escape mental torture. Karna lives this constantly. Research shows watching moral dilemmas activates our anterior cingulate cortex and insula. We feel the distress. Why? Because we've all faced that crushing choice. Loyalty to flawed friends versus doing right. Karna's war becomes ours. Perhaps Karna's deepest wound was never belonging anywhere. Raised as Suta, charioteer's son, despite Kshatriya prince blood and Surya lineage, he floated between worlds. Kurukshetra Eve, Kunti confesses, I'm your mother. Karna's response cuts deepest.
You say you're my mother, but you abandoned me at birth. Adhirata and Radha raised me with genuine love. They gave me the parental affection you never did.
This identity void resonates because social identity theory proves humans crave group belonging. Threaten that, like Karna's lifelong rejection, and profound distress follows.
Bhagavad Gita 2.47 perfectly frames his philosophy. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, ma karma phalahetur bhurma te sangoastva karmani. Your right is to work only, never to its fruits. Let not the fruits of action be your motive, nor be attached to inaction.
Karna embodies this raw, fighting honorably, knowing tragic destiny, seeking only validation, never reward. So why do we love Karna more than Arjuna? Because neuroscience proves our brains connect deepest with troops, pain, resilience, moral complexity. Karna hijacks your neural highways. Mirror neurons explode, watching river abandonment. You feel the cold water. ACC lights up like physical wounds at Draupadi's rejection. Reward circuits flood dopamine, witnessing flesh-sliced generosity. Empathy networks twist through loyalty-morality wars. Arjuna, born with golden spoon. Krishna's divine guidance, royal privilege, celestial weapons, perfect path. Karna, just like us, born with forks, trying to rip the little we have from our mouths. Birthright stolen at river. Respect denied at Swayambara. Protection carved away. Fate cursed against him. We don't aspire to Arjuna's mountaintop. We see in Karna's mud crawl. Scarred hands reaching for dignity. Loyalty binding us to flawed allies. Resilience defying rigged fates. Neuroexplorer family, when did Karna become your mirror? River abandonment, echoing family wounds. Armor sacrifice, mirroring your unseen giving. Loyalty wars, reflecting your impossible choices. Curses like life's unfair forks. Share your Karna moment below. Your story reveals which neural scars he touched deepest. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe to Neuro Explorer. See you in the comments, fellow warriors.